Hello again from Spotty Cat. That's hello from me. It's hello from
me,
Sue, and Spotty Cat. I think she's up the garden or asleep. That's two big jobs. I thought we'd start today with a bit of royalty. Oh, I'd hoped we'd have done a special Lizzie Queen one, but she's overtaken Queen Victoria. But this is the most fabulous teapot stand. 60 glorious years, so this would have been 1897, and just a great image of her. But you know what's really interesting is an advertising piece, and on the back we've got all of this. It's a cutler's or a silver plater's, and Tea and Coffee says Cruet frames, blah blah. No doubt. It's a shame it's missing a leg, but so what? No doubt they probably would have made the metal bit for this as well. The tile's going to be classic Staffordshire. Anyway, that's Queen Lizzie and
Queen Victoria.
Oh yes. Oh, you and you royalty, yeah, and you and you knowing things. And this is a bit of, I wonder if it's uranium glass. It's Bagley glass. It's made in England on the bottom. I don't know how easy that is to see. In there, it's unusual to have anything stamped on Bagley glass. This is really nice 50s or deco glass. I'm not going to get the black light out. It's not uranium glass, but it's still a really nice bit of green deco. And then I've got a ladybird book, and I just love the faces of the ladybirds on there. Not ladybirds, the brownies.
What's wrong with you today?
I can just put my mouth back in training, and apart from that, it's got, just great images inside the whole thing, and doing their badges. That'll be the parade. I was a Boy Scout. It's got an owl as well, and it's got a story in the middle. And she must have been famous, somebody, someone. And there's Lord Baden-Powell. Anyway, interesting for Ladybird books is there's no zip code on the back, although he's a 30p. If they're D's or whatever, but really collectible. Ladybird books, really collectible. They make mock ones now. When I picked that up, I thought it was going to be a bit of a joking one, but it wasn't. And next thing we've got is scrape the label off. And the next thing we've got is a bit of I want to call it Quimper, but it's French hand-painted pottery. I think it's Northern France Quimper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And on the back, classic sort of Quimper mark, but it isn't. It's Quimper. And quite popular. He was £1. Everything I'm going to show you today was Brecon charity shops. I did ever so well out of the Cat's Protection, but all of them: Tenebris, Dial-A-Ride, Cancer, the community shop, and if I've forgotten you, all of them. I cannot remember exactly where I got stuff from. Right, the next thing I got was a leather bag. I'm just going to clear the table a little bit, see, and still in one bit, I promise you. And drama. And this is this leather bag. I love the motif on it, and inside it's really quite clean. It's made by, this is going to be a hard one to catch, Smith and Canover, and their leather goods and accessories made in England. And this is really nice, solid leather, little clutch bag. It's got little hooks on the side, and so far I promise you, apart from the teapot stand, which I did buy, I don't think there's going to be anything I'm going to show you that I paid more than £3 for. That's ridiculous for a leather bag like that. Handmade and British as well. I thought we'd exported all of our production. And anyway, something a bit more religious now. I've got this jug.
He goes quite nicely on there.
He's great. I just love his face. Now, he's a bit of a mystery. He's got a bit of a repair on the handle at the back. And the underneath, I've never had a glazed underneath like that. and I don't quite understand. Perhaps someone's had a go at repairs on him, but honestly, I don't think it matters. I can forgive almost anything for that face. Anyway, he's going to go and
It's sinister.
he's got to go and work in the fish and chip shop because he's a fryer. And oh no, I'm really sorry about that. This I bought from Cast Protection outside in their little, it's 25p box. What a lovely porcelain plate. Might be Victorian, that. Might be 20s, 1920s. No mark on the back, but I'm going to be eating my toast off of that. I love odd plates. 25p, bone china. Actually, it's pottery. It is pottery, but it's a beautiful plate. It's still got its gilding on. It's hardly been used at all, if ever. Right, let's get into see little bits of toys. I'm gonna take the bag away, and that's just a random piece of Lego. But we've got 2 Transformers, and we've got 1, 2, 3 Play People. Now, I always pick up the Play People. They're great. If you get a few of them, they're great to give to your grandchildren, or your own children if you're not as old as me. So little Play People, men. These Transformers, I don't know who made them, but they're 2008. And I did actually construct this one that's standing up from whatever he was. And this is just a random piece of Lego. But they're a little root around in the Cat's Protection odds and sods toy box. Now then, I'll get a couple of bits of a random glass. I think we'll take our little men away, and they can go over to there. And there's a couple of bits of random glass. Now this here is a Royal Doulton, made in England Royal Doulton. And apparently these were pen stands, but I think that they'd be really nice just with a little flower in, or for me I could just have that as a glass object on the shelf, because I've got to think about glass in windows and glass objects in windows, because I know everyone's got to think about glass in windows. And underneath this, I could have collected these glass flower frogs, you know. There's but these are made in England.
Oh, made in England.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the engineering to make a glass flower frog, you know, flower frog is something you put in a bowl to sit inside a bowl to put your flowers in to keep them standing up. The engineering on a glass flower frog is silly. I wonder if I can find all of these. And that's the ones I didn't wash up. This is the one I did wash up, and a couple of little bowls as well. And loosely we could call all of this gaudy or Welsh gaudy. Little stretching on this. This is, because it's pink lustre, we tend to call this stuff a Staffordshire pink, a Sunderland pink lustre, all hand painted. These 2 teacups, I think this is the clean one, so these 2 teacups, they're 1840. You've still got what we'd call a tea bowl as opposed to a saucer.
Yeah.
You could tip your tea in there, and people did do that, and they drank tea out of their saucers, which is why saucers were like that. And next door to them, there's 2 absolutely typical Welsh gaudy patterned little bowls, except for myself and Sue, really an unusual shape. They're only little bowls, but they're just unusual shape. This is very typical Swansea cottage.
Tulip pattern.
Tulip pattern, yeah. And this one, I don't know what it is. In some ways, we prefer that one because it's a little bit more of an unusual pattern. These as well could be anything from 1830 through to about 1900. And although it was made for the Welsh market, it's Staffordshire pottery. A lot of people think it's Welsh pottery. I know it's got a little hairline. Do I care? Not a slightest. They're beautiful. Anyway, let's put those over to there, and let's get something else out. I wonder if I can find the other one of these. Quick. Candlesticks come in 2s. These are Bagley glass as well. And they're polished and ground on the top. They're lovely frosted just on the inside, so you've got these clear bands and frosted bands. And again, they're not polished on the underneath, they're polished on the top.
Yeah.
You couldn't polish underneath because of the frosting. These would have probably come from a dressing table set. But what a lovely pair of, they're 1920, 1930, something like that. And generically they're Bagley glass, which would have been from the northeast or Manchester when a lot of the firms amalgamated. And very quickly, let's put down something controversial someone gave me the other day, and that is a thing from my childhood, which is a little golly badge. I love those, and you get all sorts. And the one I've always wanted is a footballer. And now we're going to come with some
Can't
plates.
get a good picture of him.
He's okay, yeah.
For some reason he won't...
Oh no, he's a bit... It's the sunlight gets it,
yeah,
doesn't
it's
it?
the sun, yeah.
Yeah, unless you, yeah. That's enough of that, Sue.
Okay.
It's okay, yeah. And then I've got a selection of 6 plates. And these are great, really nice retro plates. There's a Uno, and you can see how much they cost me. And Dos. Tres. Quattro and one behind. After that, is it sync? I don't even know what language I'm pretending to talk. But these are lovely. They are so retro. 1960s, and they were made by these are Delphic by Barrett's, and they even have a registered design number on the bottom. But they are just fab. And I think that we're going to end up with an absolute cracker, and, which is Jacob and Co.'s cream crackers box, which again, all of this stuff I do believe was £3 or less, apart from the teapot stand, and this is just lovely. Again, in terms of how old is that, I think 1960s. It's got Chinese on, it's got Arabic on, it has no zip code on, no barcode on.
French on it.
It's got French, yeah, and all sorts. Anyway, did love that. Still usable. You could put things in it. And anyway, I thought we'd finish on a cracker, and it's gonna be goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from
Me?
and it's goodbye from Spotty Cat. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope we get to see you next time. Ta-da, and love to all of you.